Welcome to the Smoking Word. Welcome to the Smoking Word.
What up, everybody? Hoya Rockin' the Smoking Word podcast is back. And listen, I had to come hard with this one. Listen, I gotta say, the flavor of Baltimore, like let me say, if I'm saying this right, Baltimore, right? How you say it? Baltimore, all right.
Hey.
Listen, bringing that flavor, some of the new blood that's coming with that flavor, and also, I gotta say, with a lot of new energy, but a lot of OG soul. And not just we're gonna get into the intro stuff, but the soul of this music shit. That's why I fuck with you guys. But listen, everybody, Akil, listen, the voice behind End It out of Baltimore. One of my favorites out of I don't even like saying, I say the younger bands, but I don't want to say because you ain't like a younger guy, you know, but you ain't an old
dude. But in terms of like this thing, I just got here. So it's
exactly.
I ain't got that much pride or ego.
All right, good, but no, because again, anything that, first of all, Baltimore always had, if it was one or two bands, but they always had one or two bands, and they always were known as a heavy hitter, and there was always, something to them, and they always had a little bit of a different angle. Again, I guess location, being the flavors that you get.
In the middle.
Yeah, exactly. First of all, let's just go. We're going to start for everybody. Welcome to the show. Like I said, I'm glad I was able to get you. And you born and raised Baltimore, outer area, or what's the origins? What's your DNA?
So because I like to keep it a bean, I'm from Baltimore County, just over the city-county line, but my zip code's still 21206.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but it's like, where you came up.
Like they moved us. I mean, a man worked 20 years. You shouldn't stay in the same place. He got inside of it.
Yeah, exactly. No, but that's dope. And coming up, okay, so this is different. So Baltimore, like DC and like New York, they have a special thing where finding this music, it's not hard, right? But I'm still fascinated when I find, if it's a Latin dude, a black dude, an Asian dude that finds this shit.
Yeah.
We all know the Bad Brains. Yeah, we know Roger. Yeah, we all know this. But still, to me, it's fascinating because still, we're outnumbered. But I love it in every way because to me, it was never a thing. That's why I always had a love for it because I never felt out of place with it. But we know when we look out, and I know you came up. I could tell you came up very similar to how I did, at least same type of brainwave and mentality. How did you find this? Because I found it through my brother, which was also my neighborhood. And I say this because, again, it's not all the time we got more ethnic people in bands that I'm talking to. And not just being ethnic, but being from the city, being or being around that element, that same vibe. I found it for my brother, and I was a hardcore skin in a school that was all black and Spanish. At the height of when people were saying, yo, that's that white power shit.
Yeah.
So I like it now. I like bragging about it now because to me, it's like a superpower. I was like, yeah, what up?
That's why.
I was like, what up? Yeah, but, and but I was like,
do a kickflip. Nah, I can't do a kickflip, but I'm gonna bomb this hill.
I used to be like, you don't know what's up. I used to be like, yo, this shit comes, they don't know about like the old rude boy shit. I was like, yo, you motherfuckers don't know. Like, I felt again like, oh, you just ain't up on it. Like, how did you find it?
So, like, you got to remember, I'm a couple years younger than you.
Yeah.
Damn near. What's
because I'm 38. Listen, all right, anyway, whatever. But that's another stunt. Now, go ahead. No, but I feel you.
So that is, right, we get the internet. And I hate to be this way, and I know we critique the hardcore kids who got here from the internet.
I don't. I'm not one of those dudes.
I got here from the internet.
All right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So, like, you hear the music, you see the shows, and not necessarily like I hate 5, 6. I'm talking like 2003, 2004.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And I don't know. I like the music, and I went and showed up once or twice. And of course, I saw some other black people and
Yeah.
Latin people and Asian people. Shout out Nick Calhoun, and I don't know. It was fine because everything I was doing before I got there, and they were already doing it.
Got you.
So
Yeah.
like a lot of kids ain't grow up playing Hey Mister. A lot of kids ain't grow up talk to the homeless or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I got to the hardcore scene and was like, these people, this my tribe. This is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, no, for sure. Same thing with me. Like again, and let me ask you, and then before that, did you like heavy music? What you were listening to?
Oh yeah, well, so classic rock, a little
Oh,
bit
so
of Blink.
you already with the classic rock shit then?
Remember, my old man was born in '49, so
All right,
like,
so he fuck with, yeah, of
yeah,
course.
so like Cooper, shout out Alice Cooper,
Yeah.
for real, Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, like anything that was on your
Yeah.
neighborhood classic rock station. That's
Hell
what
yeah,
we grew up
people
with.
don't know back in the day because now there's everything is a hip hop station, R&B. Said back in the day, classic rock ran the radio.
My old man told me, he's
How?
like, I asked him before, I was like, so what was the radio like? He's like, what was on is what you listen to.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? So like, there wasn't no, this
Hell
the
yeah,
R&B, this the hip hop, this the classic rock. He's
for
like, this
sure.
is the radio. There's 4 frequencies.
All right. No,
Yeah.
and I used to ask Mackie, same thing. Mackie, I go, yo, he goes, yo, as a kid, we knew, and it's true, Rock Steady crew, the OGs of breakdancing.
Yeah.
Do you ask them? They talk about. They go, yo, we were listening to the radio. We grew up with Barry Manilow. He's like, he's talking about all this wild shit you would never expect. He goes, but that was on the radio.
What,
And then,
what else I'm gonna listen? Wasn't no YouTube.
yeah, exactly.
And if you ain't had no records, if someone had a collection of records, you wasn't gonna get hip. So what was on is what you listened to.
All right, so you got classic rock from your pops, and what about your moms?
So
'Cause this is why we talked about a little bit.
your boy spent about 16 years straight in the Baptist church. Like if it was Sunday, like you get to school and your teacher's like, "What you do over the weekend?" I was like, "I saw my cousin, and then I went to church." And that's what every Sunday. Only way you got out of church is you was dying.
Yeah,
So-
and then you had to end up in the church anyway.
And you want to sit in the back, keep it quiet.
Yeah, and let me because we talked about this, and you spent a lot of time in church.
Yeah.
And that also explains why you become a front man of a hardcore band and why we walla. But
Well, you saw the video where I bought my mother out?
no, so you told me, and I need to see that because that was one of the first things I said about about you guys. First of all, we already were talking about. I had covered you on one of the shows a long time ago because I was like, "Yo, the band's dope." Then on one of the live shits, I heard you do some Temptation shit, and I was telling everybody, I go, "Yo," they go, "Yeah, he sings a beginning thing or whatever." I go, "No. He sang that shit right. Like, I want to do a band where we do that shit. And he got to sing." I was like, no. And then when I brought it up to you, I remember you told me real quick, because your mom's in the church real quick. And let me know what you did. Did you sing in church or what?
So I was in the youth choir. I was in the entrepreneurial summer camp.
Oh, boom.
I mean, you can't help what you born into. They say you go here, you go there. Because my old man don't play that shit.
Yeah.
Like straight up and down. Like I don't know what household you grew up in, but like there wasn't no cat niggas like to say a whole lot. Be like, "Oh, why this side that?" That's because he wasn't there. Sure. Yeah, he ain't playing that shit.
Yeah.
Put a foot straight up. So like you went to church and the rule was when you turn 18, you either gonna get a job, go to college, or join the military.
Yeah. I kind of had a similar thing where I was like, they're like, "Yo, you working or you going to military?" And I barely squeezed through with the band. They know ahead of time. For him, it's more like jail or this music shit. All right, they go, yeah, do this music shit. They they backed me hard on it because they saw the other route. They're like, we know school ain't for this dude.
I ain't doing
Try this music stuff out. And your pops and your moms, were they Baltimore born or the area?
Yeah, so like we originally out of Turner Station. Turner Station is one of the oldest black settlements in Baltimore County.
Oh shit, hard.
Like they got off the boat, niggas went to Turner Station, and that's where you was.
Oh, that's dope.
And Turner Station was near the steel mill, so we a steel mill Baltimore family.
Hard.
You feel me?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's dope.
yeah, nah,
I can
real
tell you about
shit.
how you talk about your father's like hard nose style, and that's why I ask. Because one thing I know from there down, because I fuck with Motown, and a lot of dudes from there down ended up or straight down in Mississippi, ended up in Detroit, and I know there's a lot of church music. A lot of drinking, a lot of old school man shit.
lot of gospel, a lot of
Yeah.
paying the bills,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of shutting the fuck up and dealing with it.
Yeah, for sure. That's dope. So he's listening to classic rock heavy and Mom Dukes, what was her just church? He was more church music or
Yeah,
what
more
she was
gospel
listening?
music, little smooth jazz.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Little Joe Sample.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I mean?
then
I don't know if you hit
yeah,
Lil Nita
not
Baker.
yeah, a
Yeah,
little bit. And
that's
then
what the kids don't really they.
yeah.
Remember, we playing mostly music for like white kids, and I get
Yeah.
a lot of messages. They're like, "Yo, I never heard of this," and I'm like, "I was listening to this at fucking 30-year anniversaries for people I never met before." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is just what we do. That's why I sing those songs because I'm like, well, shit, why not?
Yeah, no.
Shalimar, I can give a head nod to
Shalimar, hell
Shalimar,
yeah, hell
Tina
yeah.
Marie, some shit like
People
that.
don't know. Yeah,
Because
but
we
you know,
playing hardcore.
I bug out because I know that shit, and when we came up, it was the same way. People used to be like, "Oh, you guys are this, that." We would listen to everything all the time. Like it didn't matter to us. We were like, we liked it. Out of you hear again, the wildest shit would come out of our cars and radios, but to us, we
Yeah.
never thought about it. If we cared, again, when we were skins, the skins used to call us homeboy skins because we'd have DMs, right? You know, and triple fat gooses on. And then, you know, they're your disco skins. They say like, they're trying to diss us and shit. And then these other motherfuckers, the hood dudes were like, yo, what's up with you? You doing that white boy shit? That's that white power skin. And then I'm like, yo, you. So we were like, we never gave a fuck what we did, but we were always a hybrid, you know? And, and
it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah. And you're right now, so then you're listening to classic rock, you find, what's like the first shit that you start getting into that's like the heavy shit?
All right, so I'm going to tell you this, Hoya. Don't judge me.
I'm a judge. You know why I won't judge you? Because, I got skeletons when it comes to music. Oh, that we all got skeletons.
Yeah, but your skeletons probably like Carole King or Todd.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be hard.
Like
no, I'm proud of that shit now.
Nah, that shit hard.
Yeah. Now I take pride because there's people like you that get it. Yo.
So, but here's the thing though. So like, imagine you actually find Warzone through a meme.
Okay, I'm not mad at it, and that's pretty dope because I could say you be the first, and you look at. When I heard you guys, I said, that's that hardcore shit I know.
Like you gotta imagine. I grew up on the Grave Diggers, you know, De La Soul, shit like that. So like I'm on MySpace because I'm trying to get laid.
Yeah.
And you find a meme that's like, this ain't hardcore, and there's some white boy with a fucking perm or a bowl flop, some shit, some skinny jeans, and it's like, this is hardcore. I'm talking like 07, 06, you feel me? And it's fucking Rabies, rest in peace.
Yeah.
And then you look around and you find out about Warzone.
Yeah.
And then you find out about Skinhead. Yeah. And then you just like got a 3X bomber jacket on and some fucking goofy ass Dickies and some Docs, but you doing it.
That's right. That's
you know what I mean? You ain't got nobody to really guide you because all my people, like I said, they was in church or they was doing hip hop.
Listen, the same thing. You found it like that. We didn't have that, but we had to find the same way. Look at a lot of people in New York had there was a lot of confusion. Back in the day, there was half boneheads lingering around. The mentality was this: when we were skins as kids, we were like, first of all, being from New York, we have to be the OG shit. So whatever it is, we need the realest shit. What's the realest shit? Yo, get that. We skins, all right. Where's that's the Skinhead Bible? What's in there? Open that shit up. West Ham, this is why I fuck with West. They fuck with that. That's what we fucking with. All right, what else?
They like soccer, I like soccer.
You know, exactly. We like what the real motherfuckers got. This nigga got this shirt. We're going to rock that last year. So what else we got?
With it.
You know?
Perry, Ben Sherman,
exactly.
Lacoste,
you know, yeah. So then what happened was, sometimes then later on you find out there was all these politics involved. I was like, yo, I got thrown out of school, dude. I still don't know politics. I got my GD. But you learn and then you start, then I did fuck with Oi. I was more hip hop and thrash, and I loved hardcore, like the more later hardcore and Oi. Later on, the more punk side, I only like GBH, like 2 or 3 bands.
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing. And,
how you feel about Subhumans?
I liked them, but again, to me, that was like a branch of a brand. Like to me, I would like, I guess you say I like the commercial, the top of the cream, like GBH, a Discharge, and Exploited. Like I fuck with that, and then I liked a lot of Oi. Not a lot, but I like the business. I fucked with the Last Resort. Like I
Blitz.
really fucked with that. Yeah, like I
Yeah.
like that shit.
Yeah, you talk about what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because it's the same thing. It's like, it's that, but this is more a little cleaner. We could kind of swag it, but okay, it's still stiff. And then we become what we are now. What's
Hey,
a hybrid of all that?
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
So how you feel about them fucking lyrics you can't understand?
What? I mean, you name.
I'm not even gonna throw no names out there because no free clout.
Yeah.
But like, I always fuck with the bands that would articulate and
Yeah.
enunciate because now I know what you actually about.
Yeah, I agree.
You can hide behind the fuzz.
Yeah, there used to be a lot of those that everybody go, I could do my heavy, and it works for some. But again, I think I was attracted.
I'm talking as a teenager, like as a youth and shit.
Yeah.
I wasn't into it.
No, I never was either. I always look at Raw Deal, Killing Time. That was my favorite band overall. And why? It had punk. It didn't sound like punk. It had rock. It wasn't rock. It had swag. They weren't trying to be hip hop. Yet they were hip hop influenced, but they were white kids, that was doing it in their way. But I'm like, whatever they're doing, I feel everything that I feel we should like is in that.
Yeah.
And then, sure, you could like the sick of it all if you want to spin up. But I was like, yo, bro, something about them. From there, okay, you could go wherever. But to me, I was like, man, they got everything. And they had, listen, I know those guys. I love them. And they had swag, and they weren't like swag guys. But if you look in the record, Anthony has his little belt, the jeans, they're a little bit more neater, but they're not like stiffed up. And it was a little bit, because they were queens. They were a little bit still,
Okay.
And a little looser, a little skater, a little, it just had a little bit more.
A little bit more hip hop.
Yes.
Influence.
Yes. And they weren't trying to be B-boys at all, but they were from Queens, the neighborhood, and that was the element. And they even said those songs that I loved of theirs, they were like, yo, we loved hip hop. That's how we heard hip hop. And I laughed because to me, I hear a stiff version of something that I love.
Uh-huh.
But I know it's like, it's their it's their version of what they were hearing hip hop,
So peep game, right? So like I be in the house, and shout out, I'm gonna give them their flowers while they can smell them. Shout out this new generation for not being as hard. You feel me? Because like as a young man who didn't want to do a ton of the things I had to do just because I didn't understand it, but that's just where we was at. For real, I love being able to just listen to Morrissey.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody gonna pull my card, ain't nobody gonna clown me. But my old man is like, you love them white boys and them poor voices.
Oh, yeah. You're like, but why you say it like that? But why you say it like that? You're like, yeah, but why you gotta say it like that?
Why you gotta say, he ain't, I mean, Morrissey ain't never gonna be Luther.
Yeah, I know, but yeah.
But like this shit, all right, yeah.
No, I know, of course. Back then, you couldn't say none of that. You know how it was, and that was even us on our early days. Me personally, I was trying to be the hardest thing, not just like number one, but I was like, nah. When people see us, I want people to feel aggression. Not like you don't gotta be scared, but like, yeah, we ain't the ones to fuck with.
But you realize, what I'm noticing and trying to do this shit on the back end, right? When they leave the show, they going home.
Yeah. No.
When we leave the show, we gonna pack up, get back to our crib, and then we gonna have to step outside and try to get it one time.
Yeah.
So like, we don't discuss it a whole lot, but the American prison industrial complex and all that shit. Like, we ain't done no bid, but everybody I gotta rock with when I get home has, and that's how we are.
Yeah.
So I don't really, in some regards, I don't know how else to exist.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. No.
Because some shit ain't acceptable.
No, for sure. It's crazy. It's crazy. Coming where we come from, and look, did you think you would ever look? I seen you in Las Vegas. I seen you in California.
Yeah.
Like, how many people from, Baltimore are like, yeah, I'm going to go to Cali. I'm going to go to Vegas. Yeah, I'm going to end up in Germany. No, I'm canceling Germany now because I'm going to go back. I can't do that right now. Or whatever, because I got what, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, it's real wild to even have the opportunity. And like, a lot of people, they think you gassing it up. But like, legit, shorty, I ain't expect to make it. I'm 33. And I'm not even like of the streets, like of the bad part of town, but my life choices dictate that.
Yeah.
So like, I got a 6-year-old and I'm still alive. I done gone a
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
That's
It's
insane. My
big,
father's a
man.
steel worker.
That's
He was
big.
alive when like he couldn't go down the street to visit his family without his name being nigga,
Yeah.
lynch mob, shit
Yeah.
like that.
No, for sure.
And now my baby mother white, and
Mm.
you know what I mean? Like the world's just a world.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't truly understand just my connection to the thing that built America.
Yeah. Not,
You know, strong unions,
listen, you
the family, shit
you
like that.
you
You know,
are what some people would say an American dream because you could have easily been dead. You shouldn't be where you are. Look at what you have. You know who you're with, the lady you love. Forget what it is. You're
fuck
with
it.
you with your lady,
We good.
whatever. Your pops came up by your pops, your moms came up by your moms. We all know to take the good from the good and the bad from we leave it to them, but we understand. And you could either like they say, it's corny, but I believe that you got to break that whole chain bullshit because our other generation, they meant well, but some of us are so hard headed. We need to physically hear things and get things a little bit more black and white. Our parents
Like
didn't have time for that.
like let's even take like the current day currently, you know what I mean? As long as there's women and men, there's gonna be conflict. And that's just people. But like imagine I do go forth with my initial emotion when I hear something.
Right,
Now I'm off the street.
for sure.
My mama not safe. My father not safe. My brother not safe. My homie's not safe.
Yeah,
Sometimes you gotta let people commit a sin and then we can correct it years down the road. Because
yeah,
you
yeah,
gotta live your life.
yeah.
And that's hard. That's what
Yeah,
a lot of kids don't understand. Like you think we're allowing people to get away with things. And it's like, yo, there's a time and place.
yeah. No, for sure. There's consequences with a lot of shit, and it's funny how it could end up in being. And again, like you said, it's fun coming from old school parents, and and finding what we find. That's why I love it because it's like, you know, uh, our parents mold us, but we also come with our own soul. Everybody got their own soul, and you're gonna pick it. You're gonna like what you like. You could think you like something. You're gonna what it is, what you like, and that's what it is. Our parents' generation, they were working too much to be like they were to give us every instruction. A lot of it was kind of
Yeah,
like, yo, look it, we did it, figure it out. You'll figure it out when we like, yeah, not everybody's that bright.
not at all.
You know what I
But for
mean?
real, like you said, I'm only now, I'm not a teenager. I'm in my 30s. Shout out, man, as a nigga with a kid, and you got 2 kids yourself. I'm sure there's days where you were like, you know what, yo, I could just dip.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's
And you
crazy.
done traveled the world more times than I did.
Eh,
I know for a fact you like, yo, I go to Portugal and cut my phone off and I see
yeah,
what I see.
yeah,
But instead, every day we stand tall and
yeah.
deal with it head up.
Again, for the good or the bad, I think we seem like people that we were able to take the good and the bad from our parents of the old school. We were able to decipher the good stuff from the old school mentality, and also, kind of some of us. I take pride in being one of the older guys that is keeping up to speed or trying to. I was
Yeah,
a me when I liked what I liked when I was 20, 30, but I'm not 20 or 30 no more. I also know, like, I don't give a fuck that much about all this other shit to give a fuck. You know what I mean? And when I notice,
yeah,
when you don't care, it feels good. Like when you care, and especially if you care that much about something you really don't care about,
man.
yo, it's a waste. You know what? I want to waste my care on people that are gonna feel it.
They're
That
gonna be there.
that I want to care because caring takes energy. If I want to give that caring energy, let my sons get it. Let my lady get it. Let somebody get it. I don't need no dudes that I got beef with or somebody I'm hating on. Because I heard
Yeah,
the best quote the other day, and it's a fact. You're never gonna find a hater that's doing better than you.
not at all.
Never. And when you sit back, look at anybody who might be hating on you, you're like, yeah, they're not better than me. Because you know what? Usually, it's somebody who's envious of you or is not happy with their life.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know what I mean? They tend to do that. Nobody's looking down. They tend to, you know what I mean? And I
But
know
what
what
they don't even recognize, excuse me, is that at a certain point, if you really are paying attention and trying to grow, don't none of that shit matter no fucking way. So you can hate all you want. What are you doing for yourself? You
Yeah.
sitting around talking about me.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't need and that ass as a motherfucker who used to do shit. I don't even be doing shit.
Yeah. And look at the
So
question,
like,
a perfect question for what you're saying now, and perfect question for who you are and where you are. All right. So you're in the middle, you're in that 35-ish age. And I asked Kat, Jive Bomb,
yeah,
I asked her this question because I know she's a young gun. And again, I love the band, the whole attitude. It was, again, right what I'm used to, from the aesthetics to the
she got an
style,
evil voice.
whatever. And
There's
that's what I
some
say.
evil
I used to hear, I
inside.
say, man, she sounds like she's gonna kill a lot of people. I told her that, but I like her honesty, and I asked, I go, what? All right, what do you, the younger generation, thinks about this older generation, and her opinion on, because it's a weird thing with the later generation and the younger generation right now in this scene, because
Yeah,
I know there is hate on both sides, but I
true.
wanted to know what was it, because she told me, she goes, her answer was this, and it was great because I wanted to hear it from one of the people in the forefront. She goes, you know what? I think that the older generation, that they're hating on us because we didn't need them to get what we got, and they feel like they need to be like that. Feel like they have to have, say, like they had something to do with it. This is what
Yeah.
she was saying, something more or less like that. Like, what do you think is, because you're like in the middle, and I know you got you're an old soul, but you also see, because we've talked about a couple of things. I could tell you got your third eye, and it and,
Yeah.
and, it, and it goes both.
So here's my take on the shit, right? First and foremost, niggas gonna feel how they gonna feel. So when you get that out the way and accept that, like, opinions that you don't like still exist and are being promoted, whether you like them or not, you can grow. Um, if your OGs are accepting the world that's coming, you should still follow them. If they not, you gotta go forge your own thing. You feel me?
Agreed.
Um, and I've talked to about when my mother and father, like I said, they in their 60s, they in their 70s, they doing the thing. And I'll explain to them the asexual, the non-binary, the trans person, this, that, and the third. And they just like, well, I'm not gonna do this, and I don't want to do that. And I'm like, well, hear me out, shorty. You don't even be around these people for one. You feel me? Like, that's like being 80 years old, not having children, and still having feelings on abortion. You
Yeah,
ain't
yeah,
fucking nobody no way.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Calm down. At a certain point, you know what I really love in life? I'm gonna put it this way. You know what I love in life? Not being responsible for shit.
Yeah, I agree.
So if it ain't got nothing to do with me, I don't care. My daughter got 2 mothers right now.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah,
I don't give a fuck who my daughter marry.
yeah,
As long as Shorty is taken care of.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
where we at. It's not the 50s. It's not the 60s. Niggas is gay. They got parades. They doing their thing.
I think they've been having those. Yeah,
They,
no, I
they get a
feel
whole
you.
weekend. You feel me? They titties is out and pasties, his children there. They ain't got nothing to fucking do with me, yo. You know what? You know what? Let me tell you what's up. Your boy woke up this morning, had to pay his phone bill, ain't have it because he was on tour. That's what's up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm worried. I know. I
I
always
know
say,
you've been there. That's what I'm talking to you
I
about.
tell
So,
people too
like,
that I go, it's good to be aware of the outside world, but I go, this is the problem with 99% of the people in the world, including our circles.
yeah,
That they try to, and they tell you about their opinion on how to fix the world from the outside in, when nobody's looking from the inside out. When you start with yourself and then your circle and then you work your way out. That's how you do it. Nobody's doing that. Everybody's telling, yeah, but if we did, all right, before you telling me about this and that, you were doing blow off of some girl's asshole. You're this. You're in the closet, but yet you hate this person. Let's start with that.
let's start. How about you look in the mirror and accept
Basically,
yourself? And
basically,
then you can accept everyone around you. But
basically.
again, I will give them nothing but their kudos and credit. Shout out to the gay kids for allowing the rest of us to be like, hey, I know all the words to the nanny theme song.
Yeah, yeah.
That's okay.
Listen, listen. You know what?
And it sounds trivial and minutia, but like that's just a step towards accepting people, yo. As long as it ain't hurting you, who cares?
Yeah, listen. Believe me, as a kid, I grew up in a Latin neighborhood, a macho father. As a kid, I was like, blah, 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 all this, I don't give a fuck about anybody unless they're putting a check in my pocket or putting a steak in my kids' mouths, because those motherfuckers eat.
You
So
got some.
that's
You gonna have some big kids.
oh my God. Listen, I cannot hate. I can't waste energy on hate. I gotta feed these guys.
I gotta
Listen,
cook and clean, boy.
listen, him, her, it's what? Listen, Spoken Word Podcast, subscribe to the channel. Everybody's welcome to the channel, my friend.
But like real shit though, who cares about your identity if you're starving? Inflation is real. AI is real.
Facts.
This shit coming around the corner, shorty. We gonna have to rely on each other. And
Yeah.
I would be insane to not accept somebody because what they do when the lights out, I don't agree with.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as it ain't rape or pedophilia, I don't
Facts.
fucking care what you
Yeah.
do.
I agree. You know, I got to, again, you know, it's too much energy to hate for that. And hate, hate's a strong word. I don't like a lot of people. To hate somebody is a lot of energy, and I don't need to go there, like, because then I would be on America's Most Wanted and there's no need for that.
It's not worth it.
Hell no. Right now we're on a podcast alive, freaking gonna travel to another country, another state, and and see our children on another day. Listen, we winning,
I'm up.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how many cats I know didn't make it out of high school?
Yeah,
Mind you, like when my parents moved us to the county, it was the county. Like it was supposed to be the good part of the world.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers were giving me flack because of where I live at.
So now,
motherfuckers were dying left and right.
So like now you roll up, now you're listening to this wild shit, right? You roll up. What are you now? Again, your pops obviously like in classic rock. There's always been OG black dudes in classic rock, but obviously still a lot of white dudes. So, but still, now he's seeing this crazy white boy shit, because now that's what we all know it is. That's that crazy, when they hear the metal. What did he think when you hit him with that? Or did he kind of get the music in general? Like, oh, it's music.
You got
because Alice Cooper, you kind of
true. But the OG worked at a steel mill. He's a Freemason, so what I mean. You gonna meet people left and right.
True.
He turned down the ticket to Woodstock.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Did he regret it?
I got an uncle. Nah, he don't give a shit. Mel don't do that shit. We don't have time.
I got to work.
My fucking uncle was, riding bikes, founded a 1% of Black Club out here back in the day. You feel me? So like we've been wild.
Gotcha, fit.
Forever. This ain't shit. I ain't doing nothing new. He just look at me and be like, hey, I don't make visits to the jail. So
all right, yeah.
That's the only rule.
Yeah.
If you get away with it, that's great. If you don't, do not fucking call me because you know better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when was your as a kid, did you travel in general?
I mean, I went a few places.
Yeah.
They bought a timeshare when I was like 7, 8.
Oh, a little.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, we go to West Virginia. I mean, shit, the nigga worked 25 years at that point. You should be able to buy something.
Yeah.
We go to West Virginia. I go to my mother's old college. We go to South Carolina to see family.
Got you.
Like shit like that.
Yeah. But how old were you? All right, now, what's your first band and how old were you? Like legit band. Not like, jam. Everybody had jam, but like, okay, you say, this was my first legit band.
Oh, wait, you talking the band I was in?
Yes.
The first band I was ever in was called Malicious Code. Shout out Vaughn, shout out Mitch, shout out Scott Raider, and shout out Lemon. I was in Malicious Code. I ended up hanging out with them. And then someone saw me, the homie Che from Flat Spot saw me perform with them and put me in touch with these guys.
Got you.
Yeah.
And how long ago was that?
I was like 25, 26. I was dating this woman at the time who every day would buy 2 pints of Rock Gut vodka. You feel me? But I would be like, why don't you get the 5th? And she's like, I don't want that. Shorty was like 260. She used to throw hands. It was
yeah.
Yeah,
that's back of you. Hold you down. Now, what? Now, okay. Now you're in it. Now you discover the real, the hardcore shit, the punk shit. What was your grab? What was your grab bag at first? Like, what's your DNA of like some of the go-to bands you were listening to, like that you say, okay, this influenced me one way or another?
So what we talking hardcore? We talking punk?
But just straight both. I'm glad you say the difference, because you know why? Okay, let me ask you this: what do you guys consider yourselves? Ended.
We're a hardcore punk band.
Okay, all right. Now, for me, again, I always say the hardcore band, right? Because I know it's a hardcore punk, obviously, but Well, I always said it because I always said the punk, but there was always New York City punk bands, and I said, oh, we're hardcore bands.
Yeah.
Right now, you guys, your era, there you go. Right now, your era is more in touch with the original sounds of hardcore,
Thank God.
but with the mentality, which is more today's mentality. Again, the more newer speed, like even how punk is this, described and shit. What do you think about that? Like, your era. All right, let me ask you this. So there's your era. Out of all the old bands you listen to, okay, hardcore bands. All right, let's just say hardcore bands, and then we'll go into punk bands. Well,
all right, if we're gonna talk about hardcore bands, right? Yeah, that's my man. He going to the bathroom. Neglect.
Gotcha. Or all right, Neglect. Or was it punk first, and then you got the hardcore? Whatever your order was.
So like my notion of fucking hardcore, right? Because remember, I ain't had nobody to initiate me to this shit. I'm dumpster diving, stealing shit, being a fucking dirty punker. You feel me? Because like, why not? We gonna tag some shit. We gonna steal some shit. And then I found the core. So first and foremost, Ruiner, out of fucking Baltimore. Shout out Ruiner. Dead End Boys, Stout, Harsh Truth, Gut Instinct.
That's who I fucked with back in the day. Was Gut Instinct. They were the ones.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's where a lot of kids miss the boat because you will hear and see things. You will see and hear things about these people, but you've never had a conversation with them, and the world was different. Yeah. You feel me? Like, I'm gonna say you in my generation, no disrespect, but like we used to just say and do things just for the fuck of it.
Yeah,
I ain't mean that shit.
Yeah, no, for sure. Of course.
I'm a teenager. I'm drinking alcohol. I'm trying to get a rise. But
that's what I was saying earlier with the shit where people would listen. It was that outlaw biker mentality where you had listen. I know plenty of dudes that are riding bikes. They're Puerto Rican and black dudes that would rock a swastika, but they're on some outlaw shit. You understand it. That's what I'm saying. It's an era.
Because one, I'm bad, and two, I don't plan to see them all. So I don't. And these kids don't actually get that. And that's really the transition. Yeah. The people who are in charge today are trying to build a future. Yeah. We didn't care.
Yeah. Got you.
Like, legit, these kids don't know to leave a house. Legit, that's why my parents had 2 life insurance policies on nigga. Because I would leave the house and not give a fuck.
Yeah.
And not like, some cool guy. I'm a skinhead, this, that, and the third. Yeah. Whatever happens today is what happens.
Yeah.
You feel me? But like, Neglect. Shit, Course Killing Time, Raw Deal, y'all. Shout out Madball, forever and ever, amen.
Thank you.
Nasic Front, Demise, of course.
Gotcha. And what about the punk stuff? Because again, I love that.
Like a lot of, not to cut you off, a lot of New York hardcore, of course, the homies, close to home. Because remember, I gotta get into this shit in like 04, 05.
Yeah.
So a lot of things have come and gone since then.
Yeah.
But a lot of New York hardcore, of course.
Got you. You got all the go-tos.
Yeah, all the go-tos. Yeah.
And then what about the punk stuff? Because again, that's what I like about your generation is more tapped in with the original sound of hardcore, the original, which was refreshing to me. Because listen, I'm a metal guy. I like the metal shit. Knock Loose is cool. But that's too much for me. Like at all the time, like I love it for where it is. I see them kill it. They play tight and all that. But like with you guys, I'm more familiar with that. That's more my bag. There's a song there, like a different type of flavor, a different type of hard.
Yeah, it's a different style of hard. Shit. Of course, like I mentioned earlier, Subhumans.
Yeah.
Fuck the Virus.
Yeah, all the dirty shit, that real Blitz. Dirty shit. Yeah.
Early AF. Shit, I could go on. I hate that. I'm gonna say it. I ain't supposed to. I ain't had no guys. Live Driver. Live Driver. Whole lot of like, I cannot believe these white boys got together and recorded this shit.
Yeah,
this is crazy. But I'm a teenager.
Yeah, no, of course. I hear you. Listen. And now
Warzone, rest in peace, Ray B's.
you're doing ended.
Rest
You
in
get
peace,
into
Tigers.
that.
My bad.
What was the idea of ended? Now you're in the band. Like, what was the idea? But as far as sonically, like, what you guys when you joined the band, like, what was it that you wanted to be like who would you know what I mean?
I'm gonna be honest, Shorty. I did not expect this to blow up like this. We talk about it all the time, especially when we going through it in terms of like keep doing it. We just wanted to be a band. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? We would just, of course, a lot of breakdown. Our first drummer, he didn't hit as hard, but he was quick. So
yeah,
like a whole lot of breakdown. We got Jeff Perling in the scene at that time in Baltimore. You feel
yeah,
me?
yeah. Hell
So
yeah. Yes,
whole
he
lot of
had. Yeah,
breakdown.
yeah, yeah. He
Yeah, yeah,
definitely
yeah.
he brought that some DNA and dropped the DNA down there. He was always
Course wanted to be
connected to
hard
there.
and stout,
Gotcha. Yeah, always.
but like you know,
Yeah, no, because it's cool again. Interesting, and I was always wondering, like, what are these bands listening to? Like, how do they go? They go into a because I started thinking that the younger generation was done digging in that old crate because
yeah.
it was being more metallic. You know what I mean? If anything, everybody became a shredder in like, the metalcore, death metal style of hardcore.
You
Yeah, which
know, Sean Brown from
yeah,
Swizz and Dag Nasty.
yeah.
So
I don't
like
know, but I know him, of course. Yeah,
my first adult tattoo, I went to the Baltimore Tattoo Convention at the Sheridan Hotel. I ain't know nobody in there. I walked around. I saw a black guy. I got my fucking hardcore blase black uniform on. I
yeah,
get to talking to yo, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm from DC. You know, I sang for this band called Swizz and Freak Valley." But I'm like 17, 18, so I don't know. And now years later, I'm like, "Oh shit!"
yeah,
Like, of course. So that ass, all that fucking Discord shit,
yeah,
all that Right to Spring, Embrace, Nation of
yeah.
Ulysses, like all that quote unquote
Yeah,
soft shit, that's my shit.
yeah, yeah. No,
Cause they
that's
down the
DC.
street. We ain't never respect the district, but like it's the
Yeah,
district.
no, and that's always been there. Look at even like from what like H2O, who's out of New York. That DNA was
Yeah.
from down there, and they
Shout out
liked a
to
lot. Yeah, they loved the whole band, the brother Todd and all of them. They loved all the discourse of all those type of bands, the more melodic. They always did, and it
yeah.
made sense. It's close to DC, and then what you either if you're gonna tap into the hard stuff, you're gonna go northeast. Melodic, maybe a little west, or you stay right in DC. You don't need, you got melodic punk flavor, kind of, your own
Yeah, it's
thing.
all right there.
Yeah, and
You
then
just gotta hop on the train.
you got where you think you started feeling a lot of momentum during the whole little 3-year break we had in the world, right?
So we were actually doing, we were doing our thing pre-pandemic, and if we would have played, I was talking about this the other day. If we would have played United Blood, the year it got canceled because of the pandemic.
Yeah,
Excuse me. We was about to pop.
yeah,
For
okay.
real, for real.
So you
But
felt
like,
it, okay? So you were like, because I think I noticed you more again during the pandemic. I relaunched the podcast, and where I really started diving in again. Like I said, I became a fan again of the band. I was in the too much in the mix with my own shit, where
Yeah.
I was just kind of worried about building and not just looking around and enjoying it or no more. So I
can I
started.
cut you off real quick? I
Yeah,
just
go ahead.
forgot something. Shout out Absolution and shout out fucking Shaka, shout out Burn.
Oh hell
Like
yeah!
for real, for real.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. Shout out to
Hit me,
Chaco.
the homie hit me to Burn one night on some late night shit and was like, "Your name Shaka Malik." And he sang for this band called Burn. And I was like, I love niggas. What? And then I listened to Shall Be Judged and like
That was my shit. Shout out to Chaka and Absolution.
it
Yeah,
never got out of my fucking system. That
Yeah.
shit was hard.
yeah. I don't know how you could be a black dude and not fuck with them. Like, see that and not be like, yo, if I got it, if I'm gonna be in the front and doing this wild shit, I gotta be like that. You gotta be.
Or
like,
at least know what he produced.
But that's what I mean. Like, yeah, you ain't gonna buy. Like, you gotta be like, there's again, like any in general, front person in general. If you're up front, you gotta, especially this crazy music, you gotta let off that
You gotta do
wildness.
it.
If you're moving a lot or not, you gotta produce what Chaka does. Even if you don't move, you gotta produce that energy.
Seriously.
That's
I just got hip to a band called Beef Eater from DC the other day.
that sounds. I know that's a hard name. I don't like the drink. I don't know why I didn't think of that either.
It's a
Beef
jam.
eater.
But like, you know what I mean? Like, and so let's transition. One of the things I love about where I'm from for real, the Mid-Atlantic, and I'm talking like, we can go as deep as Richmond to like fucking as north as like a Philadelphia. Um, I had a Tad, I had a Jotham, I had a Shaka. You know what I mean? Like, as kids say, this hardcore
Hell
thing
yeah.
is white, blah blah blah. Here I am, like, yo, I got
Yeah.
Sean Brown sang for that band. And these songs are tight. There was hella black
Yeah.
people, either in the scene or just around, to
Yeah.
not make me feel out of space.
Yeah. For sure.
And a lot of towns ain't got that.
Yeah. For sure.
But I'm
No,
very blessed to have it.
yeah.
And
No.
I ain't never gonna not take advantage of it or appreciate it.
Yeah, no, the same way for me. Like, that's why I said there was always Latin dudes, Rob, but we come from big cities, so we got spoiled a little bit where we were able to be like,
Exactly.
kind of see them a little bit more often. Like, I remember when they go, Rogers Cuban, I was like, yeah, okay, all right, we got one. We got one, and he's a skin. We good. We
This is
rocking
great.
boots. I'm rocking white laces. I don't give a fuck what those white boys say.
I don't give a
I don't
fuck,
exactly.
boy.
I said those just
Take
look, I
my
like the
shit.
way. That's how they look good. You know what I mean? But I was like, Cuba, and then you find out, there was always a black dude. There was always a Chino around. There was always an Asian dude. Not a lot, but there was always back in the always. And I was like, yo, that can't
Like
get no
all
better.
the bands that really were like doing it had someone of some color.
Yeah.
So like that's what really made me be like, you know what? You can just stick. They're not racist, yo. They just
Yeah.
the people don't like this music, but like this shit hard, and you can just thug it out.
Listen, like,
I've never experienced a racial moment at a show.
no, for sure. Me neither. You know what it is
Like the
now?
homie stepped up always.
Like now, some things seem too premeditated. That's my problem with it.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna start a band. We're gonna put a black dude, a Spanish dude, a gay person, and we're gonna put somebody from Mars. Okay, because they want to cover all the grounds. It's like,
True.
It's like that's my problem with it. You know what I mean? Listen,
Yeah.
what you think having a girl was new? Look at all the old hardcore bands, old news. What?
Well, they
having-
haven't done their homework, so
exactly
they don't know.
having a gay front man. Oh, listen. Old news. I hate to
Talking
break it.
LGBT rights, and we over here like, yeah, lip respect.
Like, exactly.
You,
You know what?
Like,
Exactly.
people be gay, yo. You're not the first or the
Yeah,
last.
and that was, to me, it's just more like now if everything is premeditated. Even the bad guys seem so fake. The good guys seem fake. That's my problem. Everything seems too perfect.
Yeah,
It's like, nah, that
too
shit
put
ain't like that.
together.
Yeah, exactly. The good guys are put together, the bad guys are put together. You're all bullshit because it's all like, I say, they ain't really like that, and they ain't really like that.
And I feel like that's one of the reasons why we have the attraction, but also people be a little apprehensive because like they don't know regular people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I swear to God, I ain't
I know
putting
you
on no front, yo. I'm just some guy.
Yeah.
I'm just some guy who think the D beat was cool.
Yeah. Nah, I hear you. I know what you mean. Me too. I was like,
That's it.
Some of
But
this shit
like,
got too
these
deep
kids
for
come in
me.
here now, and they come in here with a plan. They got managers, they got agents,
Yeah.
and I'm legit over here like, yo, I didn't even expect. We just wanted to be the coolest band in Baltimore.
Yeah. No, that's
We play hardcore music. I like yelling and fucking kids up,
Yeah, and boom.
and that was the beginning and end of it.
Yeah. Not the end of it is the beginning of ending it. Yeah, no, and that's great, and again, it's it's even better hearing it that because I noticed the movement came out strong during the pandemic, like certain styles and a whole batch of bands, and it's like but they're all grinding. All of you guys are grinding it out. You're not just riding a wave. This is what I like. I see
No,
who
we
does
doing it.
I know exactly, and that's what I like. Let me ask you this: being you're in that borderline of you are in the younger generation with the eyes of the old soul. What would be your advice to the OGs? You being infiltrating for some of the older guys. Well, if you could give any advice I want you to give advice to the OGs and then to the young bucks.
First
your
and
opinion.
foremost, we not in jail, shorty. The way the prisons it came into society, that shit dead, yo. These kids are not like that.
Yeah.
You can't even hold them to the same standard. They don't know what it's like to be checked.
Yeah.
They don't know none of that. You almost need to make their friendship and then teach them. You
Yeah.
gotta have some patience.
That's interesting, and I think is well put. I
Dog,
personally
let them
couldn't
be
put it that
soft, let them be gay, let them perpetrate. That's your era is done. We ain't doing that no more. Kev One is dead, rest in peace, and motherfuckers don't gotta act like that no more.
Yeah.
For the young kids, you have to accept that they're not on the same type time as you.
Yeah,
So you also have to be patient.
I agree.
Niggas
That
gonna say slurs and all types of shit and do all types of grimy shit. That's life.
yeah, yeah,
Would you rather them do it up front and apologize or do it behind your back and disappear?
yeah, yeah. No, true for sure. Like I agree. And I said this to Kat because I like what she said. I was like, I even said to her, I said, "You're right. There's a lot of old haters, but there's also a lot of older guys that fuck with the young generation. Not everybody's like that." I go, but they also need to hear the young generation be like, sometimes what you got to do to your grandma, you look pretty. Hey,
Yeah,
grandpa, yo, you looking good. You got to, do that. And then they're like, yo, what you doing? Yeah, I like what you're doing. You show some love and just sometimes just I'm not one of those that needs to be patted on the back, but I understand, you
man.
give a
Fuck that
salute.
shit. I'm gonna give you your flowers while you can smell them.
That's yeah.
Madball's a very quintessential band.
Thank you.
You feel me? AF is important. Chromags are important.
Yeah.
Don't look at who they turned into in their politics and shit.
Yeah.
What did they contribute to this thing that made me tattoo it on?
Yeah. But for sure, because I personally got a beef with these older motherfuckers that have a lot to say and they ain't show up. They ain't take nobody on tour. They haven't showed up to a show. They ain't do nothing but talk shit the last 10, 15 years. Because I've been here the last 28 years. So I know who's come, who's gone.
And who wasn't.
I know. And that's why I talk my shit. Even in these old OGs. Because some of these old OGs got 2 albums out. I got 9.
People just have to accept that, like, you know what I mean? Like, you did your thing. And someone may forget about you.
Yeah.
And I've been going through the whole lot here in Baltimore in terms of like me transitioning and doing some shit, like not transition gender, just like growing up and taking care of responsibility.
Don't let your pops hear that. Your pops gonna come. I heard you on the Smokin word.
Yeah. But it's like, you know what, Joe? You gotta let them have it.
Yeah.
Because motherfuckers was perping the whole time. People were been profiting off of hardcore forever. Yeah. You either here to support it or not.
Yeah. I agree.
And that's the beginning and end of it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm all with it. I don't care. Like, again, I saw Turnstile yesterday with Blink-182. I was amped. Yeah, I've seen the kid come up when we used to go with Trapped on the Ice.
Yeah.
I remember, it's funny. I remember me and Brendan chilling. There was no Wi-Fi in the club. We were like on the corner somewhere because there was Wi-Fi signal at the time. And I just remember me, him, and a couple people chilling for like 3-4 hours. This was with it. But I remember times like that, and then now I'm watching them play arenas. I got amped for them because they were always music. Anybody who's into music, I really root for them because I'm that dude. Like I'm a student of the game. I loved people that like listen and say, "Yo, that sounds like this," and "Oh, you heard that? You heard that?" I love that. I love all that. And those guys seeing that, yo, we just watched a bunch of hardcore kids playing in arenas, like in America. And people loving them. Like some of the same shows they played at This Is Hardcore and our same crowds were going off to. We just watched them in front of a Blink crowd. I was like, wow, that's dope.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's dope. I was like, yo, this is great.
They didn't pump fake. They haven't been phony at all.
Nope, they're doing what they do. They're doing what they're doing. Whoever's in everybody who's doing it deserves to get what they get. When the people are faking the funk, you can feel it.
You can smell it.
Yeah, you could say. And now, so I know you had a lot of stuff. You had some Europe stuff. I seen you guys from America. I see some Texas dates, right? You got some.
Yeah, we No Warning was supposed to hit the road with us this weekend, but they had a situation arise, so it's just us, Hold My Own, and a couple other bands.
That'll be good. That's gonna be good.
This weekend in fucking Texas, I get to go back to Austin. We're gonna hit San Antonio and Dallas.
Oh, good.
So that's cool.
Are you vegetarian?
I thought I was gonna be dead in Baltimore City in 2008.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I went to motherfucking Germany, shorty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I said I saw you alone in California and Las Vegas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You eat meat or you vegetarian or?
Oh no, I eat whatever you gonna give me.
So you're going to Texas, good. So you better eat brisket wherever you go. It gotta be brisket in Texas. That's what you gotta do.
I got a couple Migo tourists or people who gonna look out for me when I get there. So I'm gonna eat.
Get
some for Mike. You want to hear some bullshit, yeah?
Let's go.
So this last West Coast tour, your boy caught food poisoning in Vegas, but whole time, everywhere I see hibiscus or Jamaica, I'm drinking that shit.
That should
That's a
fix
low
you.
key laxative.
Oh, is that the
I
hibiscus?
had no that whole tour.
Yeah, that's what Toby was trying to get me to drink, the hibiscus. No, I don't know. He's always trying to give me some wild shit. So you
It's
got
so
food.
good.
You got food poisoning in Vegas.
I got it at Don't Eat at Binging Cafe off of Fremont.
What? Yeah, don't drink the milk. It's spoiled. So you
Don't
got
do it.
fucked up.
It's
And it was a good show. What do you thought of Punk Rock Bowling?
That was fun.
Yeah, no, it was dope. It was good. Let
That
me
was a
tell
whole
you.
lot of fun. Yeah.
And it's dope that you got to play the one of the outside stages. You did both, which were which is good. You got
Was it not Golden Nugget?
No,
We played a casino show.
yeah. I seen it on the one because I got the footage of the one on the side stage. I forget.
We played with Pulley and Ignite, and then we played the actual festival.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Well,
Shout
one
out
that
Punk Rock Bowling. Everybody was courteous. We had a great time.
yeah, and it was
a good
dope
time.
and a good you had a good turnout and a good time of the day. I was like, oh, that's dope because sometimes they never fucked with us back in the day. Shout out to Punk Rock Bowling, and then we did one of the club days on the last one. It was dope, us and H2O. But they mad love with us. It was mad love. But now I was glad like that on that show alone. It was you guys, AF, Suicidal, Rancid, this one, Chisel, that one. I was like, oh, I get GBH Exploited. I said, oh, I get all my licks in.
Yeah, we really was having a time.
Yeah.
We got to see the Damned. I got to see the Damned live.
Yeah, exactly. The Damned, everybody, OG shit a lot. Yeah, it was great. And you know what I love? A lot of people, but man, relaxed. Everybody was mad relaxed. As far as there was a setup, there's all the little parties going on. If you want to get into it, I was like, it was a cool vibe and shit. So shout out to Punk Rock Bowling for real.
Right? We'll see them not next year, but probably the year after next.
What's next? What's next for End It Now? Because basically it's August. The year's fall's gonna come soon. What's the next move for you guys?
So we got a 6 show we're booking December 23rd in Baltimore. We got some heavy hitters locked down. Wait for that announcement. We're gonna write this full length. And if I can be completely honest, we went a little too hard. And I am 33 without a real job. I've been given a golden opportunity.
No,
so
but
we about to pump the brakes for a second because punk rock don't pay the bills.
Yep. Hey, listen out there. You hear that? Record labels and club promoters, let's up those guarantees. You want to see my man? That's how it works. Let's bump those guarantees up. You're hearing it here first.
The day price is not yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yesterday's prices are not.
Yeah, yesterday's price is not today's price.
And you gotta definitely stay working Europe. Shout out to our European family, number one.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Stronger.
Listen, number one, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Europe. The support they give in the band throughout almost 30 years. Shout out to America, but
going to Europe for real, I'm not gonna say they love you. I'm not gonna put that on them. They really do. The European really do appreciate you for making the effort.
Yes, no, and you know why?
For real.
They'll stick with you long enough to know if you're full of shit or not. You know what I mean? That's the thing they got. They see they got a slow burn in America. We're too fast. They'll stick with you to let you play yourself. That's what they'll do. Because they'll find out. They'll know. And then the minute it's out that you're faking the funk, they'll cut you off. Listen, shout out to them. This is why I was able to do this that long. It was because of Europe. Because I've been going to Europe about 3 times a year the last 28 years. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for Europe, I wouldn't have my sons. I wouldn't have anything I have. They kept me able to play, and to do all that stuff, to able to get, if I needed to do a side hustle, it was able to keep me alive, when America wasn't. This music, you see how it is. It's not like we're not in magazines, we're lucky to get any airplay we can, major airplay. Nowadays, there's an upswing, which is great. But the thing with Europe is, I know for a fact, because a lot of my boys like your band, and they were amped about the tour you were just about to do.
Yeah.
And so I know the buzz is good there, and you got the right sound for it, and the right sound that Europe could latch on to and whatever. My point being is get out there, rock for them, because they're gonna rock for you as long as you keep doing that shit. That's one thing I can guarantee you.
Biggest compliment we got out there is they were like, you're just a hardcore band. And I was like, yeah. They were like, no, you're just I don't know what I was expecting, but you're just a straight up hardcore band. I
Yeah.
was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I know we don't speak the same language,
Yeah,
but we do.
I know what they
I'm some
mean because
angry
now,
bastard with a lot to say.
yeah, because now it's, like I said, like something is, you guys got flavor in your own way. Like I said, Man Boy flavor, but it's a different flavor. Then everything else is flavor, a little bit more colorful. When you guys are hardcore, again, your traditional sounds, even aesthetically, vibe wise, it's what I'm familiar with. Even
But just hardcore kids.
Again, being, the band being the location you guys coming up from, the era of the bands you listen to, seeing you on stage, the band, that's what I know. You know what I mean? It's
People ask me, they say stuff. They're like, so where do you get these bits in between songs? I'm like, well, I'm the only nigga in this room and I'm 230 pounds. That's probably stuff. But for real, shout out Paul Bearer. I'm really just doing my best Paul impression. I love Paul. The kids tried to cancel Paul. I was like, the kids don't know comedy.
Yeah, they don't know.
We just fucking around, dog.
Yeah, they don't know, Paul. When they try to run that shit,
it's serious in terms of like the racism and not making sure things take hold. But like, I got like an opera and a fucking gospel background. I can go be a background singer and make money. Instead, I play hardcore.
Listen,
I
exactly.
play hardcore to make money or anything like that. I just like fucking hardcore.
And that's what I saw. I saw the Paul.
I expected to be a steel worker, dog.
I saw the touch of Paul, but in your own way, and which I love because that's what I'm used to. I'm used to, we gotta fuck with people. In the moment, we're gonna make something out of nothing. You know what I mean? That's how we are naturally talking shit.
Stand on stage and ain't nobody playing music. That's weird.
Yeah, I know. Like you gotta do something. That's why sometimes I be like, yo, it's happy birthday to my merch guy. It won't be his birthday, but everybody sing him happy birthday. And let's just do stupid shit. I tell everybody. I tell my sons, listen, if you talk loud and you look at everybody in their face, you'll get them. You know what I mean? They'll listen to you. You got them. Now you gotta keep it up. But right away, your volume and you looking at everybody, now they're like, okay. Now you got their attention. Now you gotta follow up. You know what I mean? But that's good. So working on a record. What's the label? You got a label you're fucking with? Flat Spot.
Flat Spot Records.
Of course.
We
shot
this whole time.
Hell yeah, always. They're killing it again.
Like, they really are.
Yeah.
They got some fucking heat on there.
Hell yeah. And next show for you guys right now planned?
Shit, what's today? Shit, I gotta do a weekend in Texas.
The Texas weekend. I forgot.
But no warning drop. So we're now headlining a weekend in Texas.
Okay. And then after that, anything else booked?
After that, we gotta go to Chicago. We're gonna do an audio tree session, a pre-show for the Rumble, play the Rumble.
I saw that.
And then do Flat Spot World in Las Vegas. So I'll be in Las Vegas from the 26th to the 29th.
What's Flat Spot World?
So Flat Spot got enough bands that are popping that they do these things called Flat Spot World. So they just book their own bands and it's like a 5-6 band show.
All right, listen, check this out. The powers that be. Smokin Word Podcast got their luggage pizzacked. I need 2 plane tickets and some lodging. And your boy's gonna come over and we're gonna rock. We're gonna go kill that and we're gonna go cover that through that Flat Spot special. Just letting y'all know out there, you already know how we do. But that's dope. That's actually a cool thing, man. That's dope that it's again our world.
Why don't y'all play In Memory Of no more?
Oh, you know what it was?
I know that's a loaded question, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, you know what it is? So you know what it is? Some songs we would do and people would just look at us. And then it becomes songs that were like, they meant so much to us. Then we'll be like, maybe we're not getting the feedback we want. Maybe let's let it live. Let it live back there, kind of, you know what I mean? It's pretty funny.
If you ever come to Baltimore again, you decide to do it.
All right. All right. And listen, and I might have some different type of some new music I'm fucking with, some other shit. I might need you to do a little bit of both.
I got the vocal.
I know I need some of that street corner around the fire shit, and then I need some of that gutter shit to fucking to wake some motherfucker. But yo, listen, I'm glad I was able to get you on. Listen, I know you got get back to your enjoy the family, enjoy everything that you got. You can enjoy at home. You're back home. Hopefully, you can make it up back to Europe because I know they're waiting for you. So you see everybody in Europe. I'm getting them out there. I'm sending the word. But get out there and you already know the deal. I fuck with you guys. Shout out to everything you guys. Where could everybody check you out? The band, Instagram, merch. You have any merch up? So everybody go cop that merch.
I was about to say we're at Ended Baltimore on Instagram, and I'm Alone in Akil on Instagram. Because if you ain't never listened to Alone in the Crowd, I can't really fuck with
Yeah, and there you go. Listen, everybody. Listen, go check them out. Follow them. Go cop that merch. Go cop the record. Go see them on tour. They're gonna drop that. Listen, Flat Spot, go see them in Vegas, go see them in Europe, go see them everywhere. Go cop that merch. Listen, one love. I'm going to let you know when this drops. I'm going to hit you in a little bit. Yo, Smokin Word Podcast, we out. And it was in the motherfucking building. Let go, hit them with that.
Shout out DMS, shout out BFL, nigga.
You know what's up. Yo, one love. Baltimore in the motherfucking building. We out. Peace.